So in the last video we saw how we can create a class and then how we can define some properties and some functionality to that class. Then we use that class to create two objects, and then we defined for those objects, for the property of those objects, some values. But the way we define values to the properties of the object is to call the object and then the property of the object, and then we assign a value. And this is okay, but if you have more than 4 properties, let's say you have 20 or 100 properties, that will be very tedious to write each one of them and then assign a value. And a better way is to use what is called a constructor. And as the name implied, the constructor is used to construct the object, and the constructor is called at the time when we create a new object. So at the time we type this line of code, when you finish to type this line of code, the constructor is called immediately. So that is the time where we need to pass the values to our properties. And to do that, we go down here where we define our class. We put at the end of at the end of the name of the class, we put parentheses, and here we define some parameters, the way we define parameters for functions. And the first one is going to be called name. It's going to be a string. The second one is going to be model, also a string. The next one, color, also string. And the last one is going to be doors, and this is going to be an integer. Now we need to assign whatever values passed to those parameters to the properties of the class here. And to do that, we just delete the empty string here and we type name. And as I'm typing, you see that we have name and it has this P, and this P stands for parameter. So you're saying, do you mean this parameter that we define up here? And we press enter to fill that for us. Then we type here model, color, and then doors. Now if you go up here, we have some errors because now when you create the object is expecting for its constructor some values. So if you hover over here inside the parentheses, it says no value passed for parameter color, doors, model, and name. So if you look down here, you see that it has this public constructor. So now what we need to do is to pass the value that we passed down here to the properties by calling them on the object, is to pass them directly in the constructor, and then the values, the arguments if you want, are going to be assigned to the properties. So I'm going to put here, and you have this hint name, Tesla, then we put a comma. So we have again the hint, which is very helpful. So for the model we put Esplade, and then for the color we put red, and for the number of doors 4. Alright, so now this is more concise, and now this is doing the exact thing that we did previously, but this is more concise, and we're using the constructor to pass those values to the parameters that we define here, and then those parameters are going to be assigned to the properties, respectively those properties, name, model, color, and doors. You're going to see what is the difference between the properties and parameters in the next video. Now we have also an error here because this also expects some values to its constructor. So instead of putting those values here, we put up here Ford, Mustang, blue, and 2. Now we can delete this because we already passed the values for this second object for its properties. And now if you look at the code, the code is more concise and more and easier to read. Now if you run this code, you will have the same output because the code works well. So now if you look at the console, let's decrease this a little bit. Let's scroll up. You have the name Tesla, model S place, color red, doors 4, the car Tesla is moving, the car Tesla has stopped. So we have the same output as previously. And down for the second object, we have the name Ford, the model Mustang, the color blue, doors 2, and the car 4 is moving, and the car 4 has stopped. So our code works well. Now let's close the console. But if you go down here, you will see that you have this the properties color. So if you hover over them, it says the property is explicitly assigned to a parameter name, so it can be declared directly in constructor. Now what is saying here in other words is that we can put the properties directly in the constructor, so you don't need to define the properties down here and then assign the value that is passed to the parameter to the property. And the difference between the properties and parameters is that the properties, respectively those that we define in the header of the class inside the parentheses here in the constructor, is that the properties are not storing the state of the class. They are not storing the state of the object. They are only here to get whatever value we pass here. So whatever value you pass here, and its job is to only get that value and assign it to the property name. So only the variables which are declared inside the class are storing ultimately the state of that object. So if I delete, let's say if I delete this here, now we have an error here because the property name it says on unresolved reference name, create member property car.name, and that is because the property name is not declared. It's not exist. It's not a characteristic of a car. We didn't define property name because here the parameter name is only there to get the value and then pass the value to the property. But we can let's press Ctrl Z to put the code back. Now the error disappeared because we have the property declared, but because the only thing that we do here is to get the value that is passed to the property as an argument here and for the next ones, and then assign it to the property, we can put those directly in the constructor. So to do that, we can hover over here and let's hover over and click on this light bulb and click move to constructor. So now you have the same thing, but the only difference is that you have this var keyword in front, and that is responsible for changing the parameter into a property. So let's do the same thing for the next ones. Move to constructor, and now we don't have that error that we don't have a property for our class because they have the var. So if you put the var or the var keyword before declaring the parameter, it is going to be converted into a property. So now those are properties of our class car. So they are storing the value that we pass to them for the object that we create. So it's not like previously where we have the property, the parameter, and then the value is passed to the property inside the class. So now if you run this code, we have the exact same output. The only difference now is that this is more concise. We have the properties declared directly in the constructor, so we don't have declared the parameters and then we assign the value that is passed to those parameters to the properties. So you can declare the constructor like this if you want. So the question may arise when to use properties and when to use parameters. And to answer that question, you need to have in mind that if you want to do some work before you assign the value to the property, because in our case the value that is passed here to the property in this case is directly stored in the property. So we cannot add some validation to check to see if I don't know if this name is if it starts with a specific letter, or if it's an uppercase, or because the value that is passed as an argument to the property there, I say property because they are now declared as properties, is directly stored as the state of the object. So if you want to do some work before you assign the value of the property, you need to declare it. Let's say that you want to, let's actually delete this, and I'm gonna declare it as a parameter. So let's say that you want to trim the space that is passed. So let's say that I put some spaces here. Let's actually press Ctrl Z to see what is happening if I don't do that. All right. I pressed Ctrl Z too many times. So let's again pause. Let's put some spaces here. So now if you run this code, let's run it again. Now, because the value that is passed as an argument here to the object car1 is passed directly to the property, so it's stored in the property and we don't do nothing with it. We have also the space, but if you want to delete that space, currently we can do that because the values pass directly to the property and there is nothing that we can do from that point. And to change that, we can declare the property that is defined here, the property name, as a parameter first, and we can declare it down here. We can declare down here now the property, and we can put equals, and now we pass the parameter to the property, so we assign name here. But before that value is assigned to the property name, we put dot trim, and that is gonna remove the spaces. So dot trim is a function which is part of the string class, because all the data types that we looked at are also classes. So you can call functions on them the way we called functions on our objects. So name.trim removes the space. So in this case it removes the space that we have here, and after that it's assigning the value to the name property. So now if you run this code, now we have the space, but if you run the code, so let's go up, run the code. Now, as you can see, the space is removed because we pass the value to the parameter now name. Then the parameter name trims that space, and after that it's assigned the value to the property name. So in this case, this can be a scenario where you can declare instead of declaring directly here the property, you can declare it as a parameter. But what we can do if you want to add more code than just one line of code, in that case we will need to use what is called initializer blocks. But we're gonna look at the initializer blocks and at other things in the next video, because this video is long enough. So see you in the next video.